first. Whoa. Congratulations. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. How's it going? How's everybody doing today? If you don't know me yet, my name is Lex. I'm a comfy, chaotic witch VTuber. And today we are playing some more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Trilogy. We are currently still on the final case of the trilogy. It's taking a little bit longer than I had expected, but I am very excited to get back into it. We've only got a little bit left, and then we can start on investigations. Ooh. I'm very excited about investigations, actually. I kind of want to know what that's like, because I think we'll be playing as Edgeworth, right? Yeah. But first, we have to focus on this case. Last time, Iris was testifying, and we learned some not so nice information about her. Like, you know how she tried to... Yeah. Anyway, let me take a sip of my coffee. Sorry, I need to wake up. Wake up. My brain has decided not to work today, apparently, and we better hope it starts working before I am forced to answer some questions. Yes. But I'm so ready to get back into it. I hope you're all as excited as I am. And hopefully, very soon, we will solve the case. Okay, I think we should get into it. Yeah, I'm ready. Apparently, I'm not ready. One moment. I'm so silly. There. I'm so silly goofy. We're still on the first trial segment. I have no idea. Well, I'm assuming because it says 4-1, there's probably 2 of them. Does that mean there's a chance we could finish this today? Because I feel like the most I can usually handle is 1 trial segment, but I don't know, I guess it depends. Okay. Where were we? I used the Shichishito to alter the way the wound looked. By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. Ooh, I don't think that's true. No. I really picked a really bad spot to stop, though. Oh, I remember what happened. Yeah, last time I had to end really abruptly. I was like, okay, I'm running out of time. I gotta go. Terrible place to pick up, though. I think I know what's going on. Oh. Never mind. Apparently not. Oh boy. But we need to prove that the snow hadn't stopped. And I thought the weather data said that. The snow went until 10:50. And what does the autopsy report say? 10 to 11. So I mean, I guess technically it could have, but I have my doubts. I don't know. Actually, it kind of does check out because she doesn't have any snow on her. But it could be that she just didn't have any snow on her because she was moved, but it would still stick a little bit. I don't know. I guess it depends. Like, this was just sitting on top of the snow. It wasn't like it was buried in the snow or anything. So I actually think she might be right about that one. This is a really rough way to start the stream. Because we're just starting in the middle of something. Oh boy. Let me take a little sip of my coffee. Okay. I'm so confused. The snowmobile. I dragged it behind me all the way across Dusky Bridge. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Dusky Bridge was on fire when the snow stopped. Right? I think. Something's not right here. Wait. No. I didn't mean to present that. Hi. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the stream so far. Didn't mean to present that. We're in so much trouble here. Oh boy. I was trying to look at it. I didn't. Hey, cool design. Keep up the hard work. Thank you. I appreciate it. Okay. No, I was trying to look at something. Okay. The lightning was from 10 to 11. Lightning struck at 10:45, but the snow hadn't stopped yet, so the bridge would have been on fire at this time. So can we present this here? Oh, okay. We got it. Hi. Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Okay. You claim that the snow had already stopped when the murder occurred. But I'm sorry, Iris. That just isn't possible. What? This is the weather data from the night of the murder. According to this, the snow didn't stop until 10:50 p.m. Ooh. But you couldn't have crossed Dusky Bridge at that time. Oh, why do you say that? Thank you guys again for joining. It made me really happy. Of course, it was super fun watching it. It was my second time watching, but... Because 5 minutes before the snow stopped, Dusky Bridge was struck by lightning and had caught on fire. Uh-oh. Iris, what are you gonna do now? Oh, what'd you say? The bridge, it was on fire?
You don't mean to say you didn't know about it?
What do you mean you didn't know about the bridge being on fire? Huh. That's a little... A little sus, if you ask me.
It was because of that lightning strike that the bridge burned down.
What? But it can't be. It looks like you still haven't figured it out. No matter how hard you try to deceive or conceal the truth, you can't pull the wool over the eyes of a real defense attorney. That's me! I'm the defense attorney. No!
Order! Order!
The bridge was already on fire when the incident took place. That's right. The inner temple was already totally cut off from the outside world. There's no way you could have crossed that bridge, body or no body.
Witness, even my patience has its limits. Any further lying and I will find you in contempt of court. Do you have anything to say for yourself?
Uh-oh.
The only person here that's truly contemptible is you. Old man.
How many cups of coffee is that now? 57?
Me? How dare you? Whether this witness lied or not doesn't mean squat right now.
Squat?
The important thing now is to find out the truth, isn't that right? Yes, of course, but whether it was snowing or not snowing, or whether the bridge was burning or not, there are two facts that can't be disputed. First, the body of Elise Dunnit was discovered in Hazakura Temple courtyard. And second, the head nun, Sister Bikini.
Oh yeah, her.
Witnessed Iris desecrating the Elise Dunnit's body.
He makes a good point on both accounts. That's right. I'm not lying.
What are you claiming this time?
I wasn't myself at all that night. So, my memory is still somewhat hazy. What do you mean? Excuse me? She doesn't mean what I think she means. Okay, she probably does. You have stood at that witness stand and testified this entire time. And you're telling us now that your memory of that night is hazy? Silly Iris. Let me take a sip of my coffee. She's so silly goofy like that.
It is only human to err. If you're so perfect, right, maybe you can explain this for the court.
What is it?
When the murder happened, the bridge had already burnt down. But somehow, the body traveled across the bridge and was found in the temple courtyard. Perhaps you have some explanation for this little magic trick?
No. I know there must be some other way she got across that burnt out bridge, but unless I can somehow demonstrate it, we'll never know the truth. Oh dang, he kinda has a point. What do we do?
It looks like the defense is not prepared to offer a suitable explanation.
You're right. I'm really not. We have to come up with something quick.
You see what I mean? In other words, you're in no position to suggest that this lady's testimony isn't the truth.
Well, she was spirit channeling. So, yeah.
Alright then, witness, let's hear your testimony once more, oh my gosh.
Blah, 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 blah. About what, Your Honor?
You've admitted that you moved the victim's body. Nevertheless, your prior testimony contained a rather large inconsistency. Please add an explanation for that to your testimony.
Yes, Your Honor. Will this be her final testimony? Uh-oh. I think we can do it, right? Moving the body. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. So I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter that much? Or are you saying there's a way to cross a burning bridge?
So it was just a misunderstanding. I see. This is a photo of Dusky Bridge after it burned down from the lightning blast. It was taken on the morning after the incident.
Let me take a sip of my coffee. Caffeinated beverage.
Certainly was burned to a crisp, and one of the suspension wires even snapped. It's amazing the whole bridge didn't fall.
It really is. Wow.
Clearly, it would be impossible to carry a corpse across the bridge in this condition.
Unless there's another way that only someone who, you know, lives there would know. Unless I do something to discredit this testimony, it's going to be deemed as the truth. And Maya will be accused of murder. How does Maya always end up being accused of murder? As far as we're all aware, she's locked in a cave, turning into a popsicle. So...
That's right. I'm only going to say that one more time.
Huh? Sorry.
It is only human to err, and only humans can spot the errors of our ways.
The more sense he makes, the less sense he makes. It's true. I mean, he doesn't make a whole lot of sense, so...
All right, Mr. Wright, please begin your final cross-examination.
Moving the body. Hi, Iris. Other than walking over the bridge, there's no way to move the body. Is that the truth, though? Is that 100% true? Let me think about this. I must have just gotten confused, I guess. Was the snow still falling or had it stopped? Does it really matter? Are you saying there's a way to cross a burning bridge? I mean, we've got the picture that Larry drew, but... I don't think that's really how it happened. Is there anything here? I don't know. Dusky Bridge. I mean, it doesn't seem like there's another way across, but... I guess it's not impossible. It also said that her body fell after death, but that's gotta be way more than 10 feet. So, I mean, that would be the main issue. That's definitely more than 10 feet. I don't know. Let's try pressing on them all. And then we'll see what happens. Let's go back to the start. Boop, 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 boop. Beep, boop, bop. Okay. Yes, but if the snow had already stopped when the incident took place, I couldn't have crossed the bridge, naturally. But I think it's just like Mr. Godot said. The body did make it across somehow. Okay, but when? Let's see. But you seemed to be quite sure of yourself when you gave your testimony. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped, but how could you be so sure if she was spirit channeling? They wouldn't be... Like, from what we know about Maya specifically, she doesn't really remember a lot of what happens when she's spirit channeling. Otherwise, some of the cases would go a lot faster if she remembered everything that happened. You said you were sure the snow had already stopped. I'm terribly sorry. I was wrong. Right. Okay. Does she really think an apology is gonna get her off the hook? Silly Iris. Boop. This is no joke. You're giving sworn testimony in a court of law. Well, Mr. Wright, let me ask you a question. Do you remember what the weather was like 1 week ago today? Huh? Well, naturally it was, You see, it's not that easy to remember, is it? But if it had been some kind of special day, I would have remembered. I mean, yeah, I guess maybe. For example, it was pouring rain on the day of my elementary school graduation. You remember your elementary school graduation?
Objection.
Huh. Let me take a sip of my coffee.
No one wants to hear about your childhood traumas, Trite.
Oh, dang. Wow. Hi. Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. What? Wow, Godot.
By the time the murder took place, the snow had already stopped. If you insist on obsessing over that one statement, let's see the proof. Show some evidence the body somehow crossed the bridge while it was on fire.
Or are you saying there's a way to cross a burning bridge? I think the only thing we might have would be Larry's sketch, but that's not the most reliable source. But I do think it could be the answer, but I mean, Larry's not the most reliable witness ever. So, a dead body flying over a burning bridge. I wouldn't exactly rule out the possibility. What do you mean?
What?
Where are we going with this? I'm actually really confused.
You're saying it's possible? Don't make me laugh. The only thing that's possible about your claim is that it's been pulled out of thin air.
He kind of might have a point about this one. I don't know about that. In any case, we have a witness who did see it happen. Did he just spit out his coffee while saying preposterous? This game is so goofy sometimes.
Who is it? Who is this witness?
I can't chicken out here. I gotta keep on the attack and go, go, go. Yeah. Ms. Elise Donim's brilliant and highly gifted apprentice. Larice Donim. That's a very flattering description. Apprentice? Remember what he said in his testimony? That night, he was at the Mountain Shack Heavenly Hall. And that's when he witnessed the event. TM. You know, the event. I think you've all seen this sketch before. It's an exact drawing of what he witnessed that night. The entire courtroom is silent. Just completely dumbfounded. Oh my gosh.
Are you serious? Today's not April Fool's Day, is it?
No.
Mr. Wright, are you seriously claiming the victim flew through the air? And you're using this pathetic scribble to support your argument?
Maybe. Just a teensy bit. Uh-oh, the judge looks like he's about to blow a gasket. Uh-oh, I think we messed up.
Well, Wright, there's nowhere for you to hide now. Other than looking like it was drawn by a 6-year-old, does this sketch prove anything?
Yes, I'm pretty sure it does, and I'm going to prove it.
Listen, I know your tricks. You're trying to turn this whole thing upside down.
Nuh-uh.
If you're so eager to turn this case upside down, why not start with the sketch?
Upside down? Why did Godot say that?
Alright then, let's hear the
One more time.
Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive any more mistakes. You gotta figure this out then. Alright, Phoenix, look carefully and think it over. This sketch drawn by Laurice Donim is evidence of nothing. That's what I want to say, but I don't think that's what we're supposed to say here. Exactly what happened. It doesn't make sense to say, but okay, let me put a save here. Yeah, that's exactly how it happened, right? Right? Oh boy. Of course the victim was flying through the air. Like a superhero. Or, an airplane. You can see it right there in the sketch. Whoosh! Oh, Phoenix. Phoenix. I don't know what to say about this. Larry might have looked at the bridge upside down. Huh. He was laying down and looking behind him. He was. Wait a minute. And it's reflected too. So that could be her floating on the water. Or like falling from the bridge. There is water underneath. Oh, that makes so much sense. I'm so silly. I can't believe I didn't realize that sooner. Oh my gosh. I feel so silly. Hi, welcome in. How's it going? Welcome. Okay, no, I think you might have a point with that one.
You know, you're starting to remind me of yesterday's witness.
What? That was the last thing I wanted to hear.
Do you have any evidence the victim flew through the air? Just so you know, we haven't discovered a giant human catapult at the inner temple yet.
Oh, I wish they had.
Even if you're a lousy lawyer, at least you're 1 cup's worth of entertainment.
I think it might be more than that. I mean, you've gone through 15 just since the trial started. Silly Godot.
I think we should skip the penalty this time.
There must be some way. I just know it. There must be a way to use Larry's sketch to show the truth of what happened. No, you were totally right. Oh my gosh. So that was the wrong pick. We have to say the complete opposite. Okay, we have to go back. I think we were pressing on this one. Right? Oh, wait, no, this was after we presented the photo. I'm so silly. I forgot already, we just got here. Lex for Gorp did as per usual. Hang on. Let me. Ba 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 ba. Now we have to wait for the text. That's what happens when you make mistakes. Which I do very often. Hi! Welcome in, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. Okay. I know what I need to do now, I think. I'm pretty sure. I admit that I didn't really understand it before, but I get it now. That's why I believe this sketch shows the truth.
Very well.
Alright then. Oh. Forgot to do the voice. Silly Lex.
Alright then, let's hear the defense's theory. What exactly is the sketch trying to show?
I don't think old Whiskerface is gonna forgive any more mistakes. Oh boy. It is a complete contradiction. I think. The total opposite of what we think it is. Something is obviously funny about this sketch. You mean other than the fact that Larry drew it? It's so hee funny.
I'm no art critic, but even I can see that.
No, that's not what I meant, Your Honor. Maurice Stoneham stated it over and over that his sketch was exactly as he saw it. However, if we're to believe his testimony, then the sketch contradicts reality as we know it. Oh my gosh. This is the part of the stream where I struggle, which is most of it, usually. It contradicts reality.
This is getting interesting. Looks like you're back to that finger pointing thing again. Okay, Trite, so what exactly contradicts reality as we know it?
You got this? I don't know. Boop. Right? This flying figure, naturally. Okay. After all, people haven't learned to fly yet. Or did I miss something? Oh, Phoenix, you've missed a lot. Everyone has jetpacks now. Yeah. Mr. Wright, that answer just now, it was lethal. What? What do you mean? Was it? What did I do wrong? I'm so confused. What do I do? I guess we point to something else. I think I need to save, though. Because we might be in trouble if I mess this up too many times. We might actually mess up today. Like, we might actually get a game over if we're not careful. What is the contradiction in the sketch? I don't know what it is. I think I know. Maurice did it over and over. The sketch is exactly as he saw it. Yep. The sketch contradicts reality as we know it. Blah, 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 blah. Stuff we've already read. What could it be? Brain, ouch. Huh. Maybe? I hope. It's this wire connected to the bridge.
The wire? Is that the thing that contradicts reality?
Wait, let me look at the photo after it broke. Yeah, the wires are on the bottom. So, yeah, then it would be the complete opposite. Yeah. Okay. It has to be right.
It is indeed. Show us the reality it supposedly conflicts with.
Well, it's gotta be the photo of the bridge that we literally just looked at it, but it can't be anything else, right? I hope. Hang on, let me take a sip of my coffee. The brain will be braining soon, I hope.
That's a photo of Dusky Bridge, correct?
Yes, now compare the sketch and the photo for a minute. In the sketch, the wires appear to be above the guard wires. But that's not how it is. That's not the truth. But on the actual Dusky Bridge...
Jumping Jehoshaphat!
What? Wait! The judge is so silly, Goofy. The wires are below the guard wires. Gasp! Even Godot is shocked. Wow.
Order! I'll have, The sketch is somewhat different than what's depicted in the photo. However, isn't it likely the artist just saw it wrong?
Or perhaps he just drew it wrong.
Either way, it sounds like you're just wrong.
Why are they all pointing fingers at me? What'd I do? Dang. With someone like Laurice, I admit a mistake is a definite possibility. But then that begs the question. Why did he make a mistake? What was the reason?
Are you saying you know the answer to that?
Listen, think back, all right? Remember what Laurice was doing when he witnessed this event. He was at Heavenly Hall waiting for a lover that was never going to come. He waited and waited, and finally, he laid down. Ooh, it's getting good. Honestly, the entire case is good, but you know what I mean, right? But then, lightning shoots from the sky and sets the bridge aflame. No way. Now ponder what sort of position Laurice must have been in at the time. He was just lying as... One more try. He was lying on his back, which is why he remembered the scene the way he did.
He was lying on his back. I can't see how it relates.
But it does, Your Honor. You're just stupid. No. That's so mean. Why would I say that? That is the reason why the wires in the sketch go up instead of down.
Oh! No way.
Lhexra, Larry, witnessed the event while he was lying on his back, face up. In other words, the scene that he saw was actually upside down.
So, then the sketch should actually...
I think you finally get it, Your Honor. The correct way to view Lhexra's sketch is like this. Gasp! She's falling from the bridge. This is how it should actually look. Yay! We made progress! We're only like 45 minutes into the stream, but you know, we're getting there. The victim's body wasn't flying above the bridge. It was actually swinging below. That's right. Just like a pendulum. Oh. Huh.
Of all the things to say, a pendulum?
The bridge was burning to a crisp. There was no way to get across it. But if the body had been found at the inner temple, it would have caused problems. This is where the criminal decided to take a gamble. They used the burning bridge to get the body across to the other side, and a pendulum was the only way to get it done.
Let's think about this for a minute, shall we? Dusky Bridge is about 20 yards long, which means it's about that far from the inner temple to the opposite cliff.
Yeah, that sounds right.
In order to cover that distance with the pendulum, you need a rope at least 10 yards long. To get a rope that long, you'd have to plan ahead.
Well, if the bridge is 20 yards long and one of the suspension wires broke, then that would about cover it, right? Because it should take up about half of the bridge, which is 20 yards. We just established that. I think. The gears in my brain are very slowly turning. We're getting there. The lightning strike that night can only... I read that weird. The lightning strike that night can only have been an accident. So it doesn't make sense the culprit would have prepared the rope beforehand. So, then... They didn't have to get the rope ready. The rope was already right in front of them.
What?
I'm saying that it was just a matter of using what was already there. Yeah.
In that case, Mr. Wright, please give us an explanation to support your theory. What makes you think the criminal had the rope on hand to create a pendulum?
Can we present the same photo again? Because I think... I'm pretty sure it's just the same photo. I don't know if that's gonna work though, because we just used it. I don't know. Well, let's try it, I guess.
And the meaning of this is...
If you want to know where the rope came from, it's hanging right there in front of your glorious beard. His beard is pretty glorious. It's true.
Ah! This is one of the wires from the bridge. And thank you, my beard is very glorious.
When the lightning struck the bridge and set it on fire, one of the suspension wires came loose from its anchor. The criminal didn't have any time to waste. So they tied the wire around Lhexra's body. Dang. Well, I mean, I guess it worked. That seems kind of hard to believe, but Hey. Because there was simply no other way to move the body. I don't like when he shakes his head at us like that. Oh. Oh boy. I think he's losing it a little bit.
Mr. Godot.
You good?
It seems that Mr. Godot is more focused on this coffee than answering my questions. Seems the odds of a rope being readily available were very high. So I suppose it's not an impossibility after all.
What are you gonna say now? What?
Possible or impossible? That's not the question we need to ask. There's only one question. Did that really happen? Troy, I wonder if you can prove what happened to us.
Well, the autopsy report said it fell 10 feet after death. So I think that would have to be it, right? I don't know. Body fell 10 feet. So if it was swinging, then I guess that would be about 10 feet, but... Oh yeah, and the sphere was found near the bridge, so that would prove that she was there at that time. I think it's the autopsy report, though. Before I present my evidence, let me review what we know so far. Review time! Oh boy. Record... Let me try that again. Oh my gosh, we keep doing this today. It's extra bad. According to this photo, one of the wires snapped. Uh-oh. Looking at the map, we can see it's the one that was in front of the inner temple.
So then, that was the spot where the criminal...
Yes, precisely. Now let us consider the body's movement by looking at the overhead map again. If the body was pushed from this point here, it would drop on the opposite bank at approximately this point.
Did you say drop?
Yeah, I did. Well, they must have failed to catch the body on the other bank. What? What makes you think something like that happened? Because I have evidence that suggests her body dropped some distance. What kind of evidence? Take a look at this autopsy report. It says here that her body fell about 10 feet after her death.
10 feet? Huh.
That's most likely the height difference between the two sides. The body overswung due to forward momentum, but then came loose and fell about 10 feet. And then as a result of the landing impact, this crystal sphere was knocked loose. I knew the crystal sphere had something to do with it. I knew it! Wow, I'm such a pro. That's... Yes, this blood-stained amethyst crystal ball. It's the one that came off of Miss Elise Stoneham's staff. And even more important is the place where this crystal sphere was found. An ace attorney! Hi! Welcome in. How's it going? Welcome, welcome.
Indeed, I believe it's already marked on this overhead map. The crystal was found.
Precisely, Your Honor. In the very spot where the pendulum would arrive if given the right amount of speed. Ooh.
This explains your theory quite well, Mr. Wright. You provided us with the way the body could have been moved that night. An impressive deduction, Mr. Wright. Most impressive.
Oh.
Mr. Wright.
can't believe he threw coffee at us again.
I thought this cold coffee might help you cool down. Well, what is the meaning of this, Mr. Godot?
Oh boy. Just Godot doing Godot things, as per usual.
That was dark and bitter.
I read that wrong.
That was a dark and bitter guess that you made, Trite. But you forgot about one thing. Oh, and what would that be? The aroma.
Huh?
A coffee's most reliable accomplice is its deep and profound aroma.
Hang on, let me take a sip of my coffee. This game makes me want coffee sometimes, but I'm also kind of scared of the amount of coffee that Godot consumes in one trial. Okay. Let's go. I mean, Lhexra go! The rest of the court doesn't speak Coffeenese. Can you elaborate a bit more?
If the criminal had sent the body to the other side, like you say.
The other side? Dang, Godot.
Then naturally, there must have been an accomplice lying in wait to catch it. An accomplice? The criminal wasn't able to cross Dusky Bridge. So, who collected the body?
One of them. I feel like this has something to do with the Dahlia Iris thing.
What do you have to say about that, Trite?
I say my name isn't Trite. So...
Mr. Godot is correct. This can't be the work of a single person.
True.
Well, Mr. Wright, you know what you must do.
Pearl said she never turned into Dahlia, though, so it would have to be someone else as Dahlia. Huh. Yes, Your Honor. The body couldn't have made it to Hazakura Temple without an accomplice.
Very well then, if you please, Mr. Wright. Who is the person that received the body on the Hazakura Temple side?
Ooh. I think... I think it was... Well... Actually, I feel like it would have to be... Iris. But someone was channeling Dahlia. I'm just not sure who that was, because Pearl said she was never able to channel Dahlia. But we also have proof that someone else would have been channeling her at the same time. So what we know is that Maya was likely channeling Dahlia, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would Maya be channeling her? Was it just because she was doing her training and Dahlia just decided to pop in? Like, hey. I guess I don't know if that's how that works. I don't know. It can only be you, Sister Iris. I hope we're right. Huh? But I don't see why you're so surprised. The only way to transport the body from Dusky Bridge is by snowmobile. But with her bad back, Sister Bikini could never pick up a body like that. You're the only one that could have managed it. Uh-oh.
Trite, were you even listening to the witness's testimony?
Yes, I was.
On the night of the crime, this little cutie pie.
Don't call her that.
Was on cleanup duty in the inner temple garden after the mother-daughter bloodbath.
No, Maya would never. I haven't forgotten. But have you, Mr. Godot? This witness was also seen at Hazakura Temple, desecrating the corpse of the victim. So she would have had to have been the one on this side, or on the side of the temple. So it would have had to have been someone else on the other side.
Strange indeed. It's almost as if, on that night, the defendant was in 2 different places at the same time.
Dahlia Hawthorne! Sister Iris, let me ask you something. Why didn't you mention it when you first gave your testimony? Mention what? The pendulum, of course. Using the sketch drawn by an eyewitness. I've established how the body was moved using the burnt-out bridge. I don't think Iris would be capable of thinking of something like that. I feel like that's a Dahlia thing. Because she has also, you know, like, plotted to kill people in the past. Which means it's now a fact that this occurred. Something you should have already known. No, I had no idea. I didn't know anything about a pendulum. But the body couldn't have been passed along to the other side without your help. So, you should have known about it. In fact, it'd be impossible for you to be clueless about this whole thing. Unless you're not really Iris to begin with. No way! This one's not even Iris. This is actually Dahlia from, like to start with. Oh my gosh. What? How can you say that, Mr. Wright?
What kind of nonsense is this? You're saying this witness isn't Iris of Hazakura Temple?
Maybe.
Are you serious, Trey? You mean this woman is...
Mm-hmm. There's no one besides Iris that could have received the corpse that night. Surprise Pikachu. I am so shocked by this. Honestly. Now I get it. Now I know why I've been sick to my stomach this whole trial. Why her whole demeanor changed so suddenly from yesterday. Oh my gosh. Wait. Is this Iris's body still, though? She just happens to be channeling Dahlia right at this current moment? I'm a little confused. And why she's trying to pin this murder on Maya. The woman that's standing there at the witness stand. Her real name is... Dahlia Hawthorne. Boop. I never thought I'd have to utter your name again, let alone see you. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne. Woo!
Hawthorne.
Sister Iris had a twin sister. And you're looking at her, Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
That name rings some bells. Distant bells, but bells nonetheless. It's just your imagination, Gramps. This file contains all the relevant data. All the relevant data about Dahlia Hawthorne.
Oh boy.
Oh, yes. I remember now. That case 5 years ago.
My name is Dahlia Hawthorne. I just want to say it's an honor for me to be here in your noble presence. The honor's all mine.
Oh, no, the honor's all mine. But according to this, Dahlia Hawthorne is already dead, since her execution was carried out last month.
Isn't there something we're forgetting here?
So what? Death has no meaning in this courtroom. What? Order! Order! Order!
Oh, wait a moment. How can you... My sister, she's already dead. What kind of... You of all people should already understand. After all, the blood of the master of the Karine channeling technique flows within that body. That's Maya's body. It has to be, right? It has to be Maya's body.
The Karine channeling technique. Now, where have I heard that?
That's right. You're not Dahlia Hawthorne herself. You're the spirit of Dahlia, currently inhabiting the body of a spirit medium.
What an exciting story. Exciting, but quite impossible. You're asking us to buy the Dahlia Hawthorne just happened to be channeled by someone. On the very night of the murder. To a temple where twin sister Iris was.
Yeah, we've got a letter. Well, if you're going to put things that way, then yes.
We're supposed to believe a coincidence like that just happens.
Except it's not a coincidence, it was very planned. Naturally, it was no coincidence. The whole thing was part of a plan from the very beginning. Ooh. It's all written right here in these instructions. Yes. What's that? What's that? These instructions were written by your mother, Morgan Fay. And part of the plan called for Dahlia Hawthorne to be channeled. That night, there were 2 irises at Hazakura Temple.
2 of them.
Even the time of the channeling was planned out. Oh boy! As soon as you hear the lights out bell, in other words, 10 p.m. However, Iris was seen before dinner time.
That means the Iris that was at dinner was the real Iris.
And the Iris who gave me this hood in the main hall was also the real Iris. Meaning that the Iris Sister Bikini saw at the temple was someone else dressed as her. Namely, one Dahlia Hawthorne. Let me take a sip of my coffee. This is getting really intense. I'm excited.
Do you even know what you're saying, Trite? This whole channeling the spirit of Dahlia Hawthorne business. Yes, it's true you found the plants that talk about it. However, there's one thing that's perfectly clear. The witness currently standing in the witness stand is the real Iris.
What? How do you know? Silly.
Calm down and remember what you know about the night of the crime. After meeting Sister Bikini, the Dahlia Hawthorne that had been channeled would have been stranded at the inner temple due to the lightning strike.
Are we sure, though?
It was later that the body was moved by a pendulum.
That's right.
Naturally, that would mean that the Iris received the body that was the real Iris.
I cannot speak, apparently. Blah, 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 blah.
Are you with me so far?
No. Sorry.
After being notified of what happened, the police came to Hazakura Temple's main hall. There they found Iris in her room and arrested her. And ever since, she's been under police supervision at the detention center.
Y- yes, I suppose. I can't deny any of that. Thank goodness. It looks like he's finally convinced. But something still seems off. Way off. I'm still not convinced that the iris here is the same one from the other night.
I suppose you're about to say something really ridiculous?
Probably. That, you know, lines up with what's happened in every other case.
Like the real Iris and the spirit of Dahlia. Somehow switch places. Switch places?
That's not what I said.
To be perfectly honest, there are still quite a few things I don't understand, but I do know that unless we confirm the witness's identity, we can't continue with this trial.
Oh, we're already done with this trial part. Iris doesn't have the spiritual power needed to channel Dahlia, which means they must have switched places somewhere.
Well, Mr. Wright, since the time she was arrested at Hazakir Temple, have there been any chances for Iris to switch places with Dahlia Hawthorne?
There was. During the earthquake. Right? Because Edgeworth was supposed to be supervising her, but that, you know, he's terrified of earthquakes. I'm surprised I remembered that. But I did. Your Honor, I think there might have been one chance.
Oh? Explain yourself.
Yesterday, for a few minutes, Iris's whereabouts were unknown.
Unknown? What do you mean?
What I mean is, there was a span of time in which Iris was able to move about freely unsupervised.
Well, who was it? Who would give a murder suspect time to move about freely like that?
I'm sorry. I know you didn't mean to. It wasn't your fault. It was Miles Edgeworth, our favorite guy. Boop. It was him.
This is Mr. Edgeworth, isn't it?
Your Honor, there was a fairly large earthquake yesterday, was there not?
An earthquake?
Uh-oh. Earthquake! Oh my goodness, the inner temple! Blah, 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 blah. And then the earthquake ended. Whoa! I'm so silly.
How could I have... She fled. She escaped.
It's all your fault, Edgeworth. That's so mean. Why did I say that? We went to the inner temple right away. And it's true, Iris was already there. However, they had already switched places by that point in time. When I arrived at the training hall, I was met by none other than Dahlia Hawthorne. Gasp! Now this is crazy.
That's quite enough already, Mr. Wright. Now see here. No judge in his right mind would consider the idea of spirit channeling.
Be quiet. It's been a long time, Mr. Judge. It's her.
That voice! I guess I'll have to ask again. Upon meeting a beautiful lady, always ask for her name and profession. It's one of my rules.
Dahlia Hawthorne, and my current profession, permanently retired. Hey!
So you're not gonna bother hiding your identity anymore, huh?
Why should I? After all, I'm dead. There's really nothing you can do to punish me.
What is going on here?
Dahlia Hawthorne. I never thought we'd meet again, and I never thought we'd meet like this. But this time I'll end it. For her, and for myself. Oh boy! To be continued. That's wild. Oh my gosh. Okay. This case is really crazy. I kind of love it. I mean, every case is, but you know. This one especially, there's just so much going on. I'm really liking it so far. February 10th, 1:06 p.m., District Court, courtroom number 7. We're straight into the next trial segment. I thought we would have like a recess or something. I guess not.
Now then, let's continue where we left off, shall we? Well, witness?
Yes, how can I help you, Mr. Judge?
Well, seems that if we're to learn the truth, we'll need to hear your testimony.
I have no problem with that. But when you've seen what I have, sometimes the truth is better left unknown.
In any case, let's hear your testimony. Tell us about the plan that was carried out that night.
Okay. The plan. Actually, I think this might be a good place for me to get up and take my little break. I was going to do it during the recess, but that never happened, so... I'm gonna get up and stretch my legs and all that good stuff, and if you need to get anything, if you just need to stretch, if you need a drink or a snack, now would be the perfect time to do it. So I will see you in just a minute, and I hope you have a good break. See you soon. Okay. Hi, I'm back. I hope you all had a good break. I am back, and I am so ready to find out what happens next. Let's hear Dahlia's testimony. Oh boy. The whole plan began with my death. A stupid plan hatched by Morgan Fay to install her own daughter as the next master. Oh boy. But for it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. Huh?
So that means you really are.
Wait a minute. Did you just say the plan was to kill Maya Fay? Uh-oh. Yes, you have a problem with that. Don't give us that nonsense. There's no way that...
Watch yourself, Trite. If you got a problem, solve it during cross-examination. It's one of my rules.
Yeah, I mean, we are supposed to wait.
Mr. Godot is correct. And by the way, that's one of my rules as well.
To kill Maya? Could it be true? The plan... Okay. Whole plan began with my death. Blah, 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 blah. For it to work, Maya Fay would first have to die. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris. Plan went wrong. What do you mean it seems to have succeeded anyway? What does that even mean? Oh boy. I don't know what do we even have to send? Oh boy. Boop, boop, boop. Why did Misty Fay just have a sword in her staff? Is it possible she knew? I don't know. But what do you mean it seems to have succeeded anyway? I'm so confused. Okay, let's start pressing on stuff then. Boop, boop, boop. Back to the start. Okay. You were executed last month, correct? Yes, I was hanged. It wasn't exactly pleasant. How did you manage to discuss the plan? When did you talk with Morgan Fay? Last year, she was transferred to the same detention center as me. Since I was on death row and she was my mother, it was actually pretty easy to meet with her. Okay.
I see, so that's when you discuss the plan.
Are you crazy? At first, that woman was planning to kill me as well. Even though I'm her own daughter. That does seem like something she would do. That does sound about right. All to make Pearl Fay the master of Khura'in? She's a cold, twisted woman. She thought she could finally regain her lost honor. The honor she lost when her younger sister, Misty, took her place as the master. Ever since that day, she's been working on this plan. Huh.
A plan, huh?
A stupid plan. Blah, blah, blah. You're talking about Pearl Fay, is that correct? Yes, though at first she had high hopes for the two of us.
You and your twin sister, Iris.
That's correct. Fortunately, neither of us had much spiritual power. That's why we were abandoned by her along with our father.
Abandoned?
The only person I ever really cared about in life was myself. My sister was a nuisance, so I convinced my father to leave her at an old temple. You mean Iris? Yes, my father remarried a woman who also had a daughter. The less children you have, the more money there is to go around, right? And on top of that, my father had absolutely no interest in children in general.
How horrible.
The really horrible one was that woman. That bitter, vengeful woman. It was her stubbornness that gave birth to that child, Pearl Faye. She was born with an abundance of spiritual power. Unfortunately for her, Morgan Faye heaped all of her broken hopes and dreams onto that poor child's back. All because of her pathetic dreams of having her bloodline become the main family. For it to work, Maya Faye would first have to die. I hope not. Maya would have to die, but why? For our bloodline to succeed as the main family, thus making Pearl the new master. The remaining descendants of the current master had to be taken care of. But Pearls would never agree to a plan like that. She adores Maya. How sad. You still don't get it, do you? What Pearl wanted had nothing to do with it. Morgan didn't care one bit about Pearl. The only thing she cared about was the position of master. That's all. Let me take a sip of my coffee, but this is getting really intense. It already was, but...
Oh my gosh.
That's ridiculous. She was willing to sacrifice anything and anyone to achieve her goal. The life of her daughter. And, naturally, the life of Maya Faye as well. How could anyone do that? I mean, you're a defense attorney. You've seen some murder cases. The idea was for me to kill Maya and then have the blame pinned on Iris, but that's horrible. Poor Iris. I mean, I know that she... I guess... I don't know. Let's press on this one now. The anime shows Pearl hearing all of this from the gallery. Oh no, Pearl. That's horrible. You were going to kill Maya? Pearl didn't need to know anything about it. All she had to do was to follow the instructions in the letter and channel me. Then I would have simply used her body and finished the job. In any case, I'm already dead, and there's nothing any of you can do to me. Ugh.
So the plan was to blame the crime on your younger twin, on Sister Iris of Hazakura Temple.
She and I look absolutely identical, so no one can tell us apart. I guess she lost the red hair after she was imprisoned. Which I guess makes sense, but... If someone were to witness me killing Maya, naturally they would think it was Iris that had done it.
And the witness in this case was the head nun, Sister Bikini.
I never would have guessed she was going to return to Hazakura Temple that night. But she wouldn't. I can't read. But she wound up seeing Iris's crime anyway.
But why did you want to pin the murder on Iris in the first place? She's your twin sister, isn't she?
Twin sister? Don't make me laugh. She's nothing but a backstabber. I couldn't care less about her. Backstabber? She would help you with anything. Oh, you just don't understand. You never will. Anyway. The plan went wrong, but it seems to have succeeded anyway. What do you mean by that last part? I'm so confused. You think the plan was a success? You heard me. Just as that woman had hoped. Maya Fey is dead. Excuse me? Literally, no, she isn't. I don't believe you. I don't. Now the title of the master will pass on to Pearl Fey. That's absurd. Maya's just... She's just trapped. Trapped inside the sacred cavern. Really? You're as foolishly optimistic as ever, aren't you? My darling Feeny. Do you want to know the truth? Ever since we met, I've despised you. Your sniveling naivety and your pathetic faith in other people. Ugh. I hate Dahlia, but I love her at the same time. She's horrible and amazing at the same time. I just want to know one thing. What did you personally think of Morgan Fay's plan? I told you already, didn't I? It was a stupid plan. It had no point, no value other than fulfilling her own greedy desires. Yes, it was certainly nothing to be proud of. If that's how you feel, why did you help her carry it out? Why would you do it? Why would you kill Maya? You may not understand it. Being the kind and gentle soul that you are, you may not be able to appreciate why someone like me would help a woman like that. So, then tell me, why? Isn't it obvious? I'm not like that woman. I only act in my own self-interest. The reason I helped her was for myself. For my own personal satisfaction. What did you say? So, this woman, Dahlia Hawthorne, she had her own reason for wanting Maya dead?
Uh-oh.
Do you understand why I would kill Maya Fey now? What my goal was? No? Let me take a sip of my water. Oh my god. Let's press on that too. What do you mean? Obviously, it's because you were helping Morgan Fay. Helping? Don't make me laugh. From the day I was born to the day I died, I never helped anyone. I lived for myself, and in the end, I died for myself. I thought that was obvious. So she wasn't actually cooperating with Morgan. She was just using Morgan in her plan so she could accomplish her own goal. All I wanted to do was kill Maya Fey. That was the only way I could think of to get revenge. Revenge? It looks like I have no choice but to present that piece of evidence. I can't believe it. She meant to kill Maya. I've got to keep a cool head. And I need to get more information out of her. It's the only way to understand this plan, and what she was after as well. Well, I've got all the information I need. What do I do? Ah! know. I have no idea why she would. I don't get it. Huh. No, this doesn't help me at all. I'm a little teensy bit confused. Profiles, maybe. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I see now. Mia's the one that handled her case and got her locked up in the first place. So that would make a lot of sense, actually, now that I really think about it. Could it be that your actual goal had nothing to do with Maya Fey herself? As I said, none of you have the power to punish me anymore. Oh, yeah. Because I'm already dead. Well, I had the same problem, you see. You can't punish the dead, and you can't take revenge against them either.
You wanted to take revenge on someone?
I was sentenced to die because of that woman. Mia Fey. I somehow knew this was it. Oh boy! I wanted to send her a message. It was at her hands that I suffered my first humiliation. I wanted her to feel the same pain she made me feel. Sadly, when I realized revenge was impossible, I gave up.
And the reason it was impossible was perhaps because Mia Fey had already died.
Yes, and I realized there's only one way to take revenge against the dead.
And how do you do that?
Even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. I wanted to take away the person that Mia Fey loved most. I wanted to kill her with my own hands. That would be the one and only way I could take my revenge against Mia Fey. That was the reason I helped out with that woman's plans. Oh boy. Just for that? For that, you would kill Maya. Your goal was no different than that of Morgan Fey. Woof, woof, woof. Sorry about the puppies. They're doing puppy things, you know. Woof. Woof, woof, woof.
As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. But a cruel plan. Cruel. Cold and heartless.
Not the goofy girl. Don't waste your time preaching to the dead. I've already told you. There's not a thing you can do to me. Oh boy, I don't know what to do then. That night. But we can definitely prove that it wasn't Iris or Maya. I mean, I guess Iris was technically an accomplice, though. At about 9:30 p.m., I materialized into this world. I quickly pinned my hair up and put on a demon warding hood. Then I picked up the staff that was by my side and left Hazakura Temple. So it was Elise Donim who channeled her after all. Huh. Now why would she do that? So Pearl couldn't be the one to do it? She was supposed to be with Pearl that night. But she wasn't, so maybe... Maybe she did do it to protect Pearl. So there's this thing called hell. That ridiculous head nun never noticed a thing. She left Maya Fey at the inner temple and wobbled back, clutching her poor old back.
What did you do then?
That kid was easier to handle than I'd hoped. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and...
Stabby stab. Uh-oh.
So then... You're saying you stabbed Maya? It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that.
What does that mean? No clear memory.
I don't know. I think I was stabbed. You were stabbed? At the last minute, Maya Fey must have stabbed me, I'm sure of it. Well, this was Misty that was channeling her. So... I'm so confused. That's not like her at all. Maya wouldn't stab a French fry with a plastic fork. Dang. I don't think she knows how to eat food then. Anyway, I suddenly lost consciousness. But before I did, I scrawled her name on the lantern. Just as I was passing out, I wrote Maya behind my back. I had hoped it would cast suspicion on her. Oof. I can't believe she was thinking of that until the bitter end. That's where my memory temporarily stops. Yeah, because Misty Fey bled out and died after that, right? Does that... Huh. I don't have any memory of actually killing Maya Fey with my own two hands, so there's a chance she isn't dead. My very last memory was... Maya's terror-filled eyes. When I woke up after that, I was in the sacred cavern, surrounded by darkness. Oh! Wait a minute. Wait, okay. So, the last thing she remembered was Maya's terror-filled eyes. Perhaps when Maya realized that the person she had stabbed was actually Misty Fey, her own mother. And then, for some reason, it seems like Maya might have channeled her. I don't understand why she would do something like that, though. The entrance was sealed with one of those trick locks. Somehow I've been trapped in there.
But how'd you wind up in there?
I'd like to know that myself. Anyway, I was worried. I didn't know whether or not Maya Fey was dead. And I swore I wouldn't return to the underworld until I knew I'd killed her myself.
For a ghost, you're one tough cookie.
I wanted to get out of there and make sure she was dead. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't get out. Pretty sure it's because you were Maya, but, you know.
The trick lock stopped you, huh?
I didn't know how to remove it.
So, then you're saying, you were actually confined against your will inside the sacred cavern?
Yes, I wanted to get rid of that annoying lock as soon as possible. But it wasn't easy. I kept getting interrupted while I was working on it. Interrupted? It was early in the morning, but someone came into the training hall.
What? Who?
Could it have been Maya? I thought the same thing, but I couldn't see. Why not? If someone had spotted me, I would have lost my chance to take revenge, so I made sure to hide myself well at the back of the cavern. Ooh. That morning, only 2 people could have gone into the training hall. Maya and Pearls. So it has to have been one of them. That means that one of them, probably the person in the cavern, was Maya, and the one that showed up after was Pearl, but Pearls went there to cover the hanging scroll and gravy. Still, I finally managed to remove the lock, but I was too late.
What do you mean by that?
The files had already... Oh my gosh, the files. The flies had already started to gather. I read that totally wrong because my brain is just not braining today, apparently.
The bridge had been fixed and the police had started their investigation, correct?
Naturally, I couldn't go out. So instead, I returned to the cavern and put the lock back on myself. I realized I wouldn't get a chance to see Maya's corpse as I had hoped. I think you were Maya, but okay. But just then, Lady Luck showed up. Lady Luck? The earthquake! After that big earthquake, she showed up all by herself. The real Iris. She said she'd come to make sure the sacred cavern was all right. Stupid girl. I came out from the sacred cavern and got a feel for the situation. Oh boy. Seems like a lot happened in like 3 minutes where we didn't know where she was, but you know. And I locked her away in my place. Oh. So the real Iris is in the cavern? Yeah, that's probably not good. I had finally learned exactly what had happened. It was then that I learned the plan had actually succeeded. What do you mean your plan had succeeded? I had misunderstood one thing, you see. Dahlia. Hi, welcome in. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. My brain has stopped working due to too much information. Seriously, mine too. I'm trying to like process this, but with a lot of these cases towards the end, it's so hard to process what's going on. That night, the one that had summoned me, I had assumed that was Pearl Faye.
Well, of course you would have assumed that. It was written in the instructions.
But I was wrong. The person that had actually called my spirit back was... Misty Faye! Sorry. Misty Faye, the picture book author.
What?
Well, that's really the only possibility, isn't it? No, it could be Maya. Stupid. After I lost consciousness in the garden, it was her body that was left lying there. Maya Faye, I wasn't able to kill her with my own hands at all. But even so, I made her commit the most vile sin a human can commit.
And that is?
Matricide, the sin of killing her own mother. Oof. Yikes. No way.
Oh, order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this?
It's true that I was the one who attacked Maya Fey. But even so, the murderer who actually snuffed out Misty Fey's life was none other than your darling little Maya. By accident. She didn't mean to, because she had channeled you then. So she definitely didn't mean to do that, but even if she did do it, and that's assuming everything she's saying is true, which it might not be. Are you sure about that? Just think about it. There's even evidence supporting these facts, isn't there? What do you mean? What is this so-called evidence? The fact that Maya Fey has disappeared is evidence enough, isn't it? She doesn't know who channeled her. I'm gonna cosplay Dahlia for Halloween. Nice. Sounds like fun. She doesn't know exactly who it was that channeled her, does she? Because she could be in Maya's body right now. Huh. The idea that she's still in the Sacred Cavern is just ridiculous. She wasn't able to escape from the Inner Temple. That much is obvious. In that case, there's only one place she could be. How can a goofy girl kill her own mom? I don't know that she did, but... yeah, I don't know.
Where?
Do I have to spell it out? The bottom of the Eagle River. Where else?
Eagle River.
Maya Fey killed her long-lost mother. Can you imagine the guilt she must have felt when she realized that? That's why she threw herself into the Eagle River. Most bodies that wind up in there are lost forever. So, what do you have to say now? Feeny. Ugh, don't call him that. Oh! Phone call. We're getting a phone call?
Oops. Sorry, that's my phone.
Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. What kind of ringtone is that? Beep!
Godot here.
Don't take a call in the middle of the...
Okay, thanks. Was it something important? They just finished removing Lhexra from the Sacred Cavern.
That's great. What about Maya?
There was a woman in the cave. Was it Maya Fey?
No, it's Iris. The Dahlia that we see is obviously Maya's body.
It was the accused, Sister Iris.
This is ridiculous. I'm in so much pain reading this. They're not realizing. Let me hydrate a little bit. Oh my gosh. Huh? Don't look so surprised. I locked her in there yesterday. I just finished telling you that. So what about Maya? Where is she?
There was no one else found inside the Sacred Cavern.
No, it can't be. I told you, didn't I? She is dead. No! But does Dahlia have any way of knowing exactly who it was that channeled her? Because it's possible she hasn't realized.
It seems that this case has come to an end.
No. Excuse me, no.
A tragic end. Sadly, it appears the killer of Elise Dunham, also known as Misty Fey, was her own daughter, Maya Fey.
No. No.
Overcome with guilt for what she had done, Maya Fey jumped to her death in the raging waters of the Eagle River.
No, she doesn't know who channeled her. She's just assuming whose body she said. Yeah, no, this is definitely Maya's body. It can't be. Let Phoenix cook. Seriously.
That's right. Have you ever heard this one? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. No matter how improbable it may seem.
They won't even let me say anything like, oh, well, what if it's not? What if it's Maya's body? Like, these cases can be a little frustrating when you figured something out a little bit early.
What is that supposed to mean, Prosecutor Goodell? According to this witness, Maya Fey threw herself into the Eagle River.
I don't think she did.
However, is that really the truth?
No, it isn't. No, it is not.
Remember, this woman testified earlier that the bridge was already on fire when the murder was taking place in the garden. Which means if Maya had thrown herself into the river, it must have been from the inner temple side, near the bridge.
That's right. That's where she jumped from. I think she might be a little stupid. It's because you have a ring brain? I don't know about that. But Maya could not have jumped from that side. Right? If... Wait a minute.
Well, that's impossible. It's impossible to jump into the river from there.
What?
Don't get your panties all twisted up, Trite.
Oh. Dang.
Just relax and think through the whole thing again.
So it's impossible. Maya couldn't have thrown herself into Eagle River. It's true.
Well, Mr. Wright, Miss Hawthorne claims Miss Fey threw herself into the river from the inner temple side. Do you have any evidence that refutes this claim?
I think I might. I'm pretty sure I know. But... This is kind of hard, though. Hang on. Now I'm struggling a tiny bit. I don't know. Where exactly was she? There's only like a tiny little bit of bridge left. I don't know. assume it has something to do with the bridge. Just, you know, because... But... Well, on one side there would be rocks. On the other, it would be into the water. It's just a matter of which is which. I don't know. Let's try presenting it anyway. I don't know. It's impossible to jump into the Eagle River from the inner temple side. Really? No one knows that better than this witness. What did you say? 11 years ago, you jumped into the very same river. Well, let's just take a look at this overhead map. As you can see, oh yeah, that entire side is covered in rocks. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Below the cliff on the inner temple side is a big rock shelf.
Oh, you're right.
She wouldn't have reached the river if she had jumped off from there. In other words, if she had jumped, we should be able to see her body in this photo. Uh-oh. We're making progress, though.
So you finally figured it out.
You... No!
Oh, order!
You're just playing with me. Maya Faye's body is at the bottom of Eagle River. There's nowhere else she could possibly be hiding. I think she's hiding right in plain sight. Ms. Hawthorne, have you ever heard this one before? Once you eliminate the impossible, whatever remains must be the truth. Let's go, progress. Yes, progress. Yes, just a few minutes ago. Maya Faye wasn't inside the sacred cavern. We now know that she didn't throw herself into the Eagle River.
Correct. That eliminates all the most likely possibilities.
Now, although it seems improbable, there's still one other place she could be right in front of us. Oh my gosh!
What is this one possibility you're talking about?
That's obviously a bluff. So where's her dead body then? Somewhere. Probably. Finally, I think the pieces are falling into place. Normally, the living have no way to punish the dead. But I think there's a way to give Dahlia Hawthorne the ultimate punishment. Shall I tell you, Miss Hawthorne? Shall I tell you where Maya is this very instant? Maya Faye? Nowhere. Is in this very courtroom. Yeah! Finally! There's only one possibility left. Namely, she's right here in this very courtroom. What?
You say she's here in my courtroom?
Yeah. Obviously. Dahlia Hawthorne, I seem to recall that you said I had misunderstood one thing, you see. So what? But I think there's one more thing you misunderstood. What do you mean? Tell me something. At this very moment, who is channeling Dahlia Hawthorne? Why, that's obvious. It's Pearl Faye. That pathetic little sniveling runt. You're wrong. Pearl's tried, but she couldn't do it. I've never failed at channeling someone. This is the first time it's happened. Isn't there any explanation for why you couldn't channel a spirit? It could happen if someone else was already channeling the same spirit. Someone called me before Pearl did? But who? Pearl's even tried again on the day after the crime, but she couldn't do it. What could that mean? I think the truth is becoming clearer to you right about now, am I correct? Uh-oh! It wasn't Pearls that channeled you. There was someone who called you before she could. Oh my gosh, it's happening. It's happening. I'm excited to see your reaction on this one. This is an easy one. Pearls couldn't do it, and Misty Faye is gone. There's only one possibility left. Sister Bikini. No. It's Gumshoe. Yeah. It's Detective Gumshoe.
Come on already. I can't stand the tension.
Dahlia Hawthorne, the person channeling you right now must be Maya Faye. What?
But how could that be? Remember what this witness Dahlia Hawthorne said about her goal? She said her goal was to kill Maya Faye. Yes, that's right. But if Maya channeled the spirit of someone that was trying to kill her... Well, Gramps, what would happen? Could it be?
It looks like you finally understand, Your Honor. Well, I don't. What are you going on about? What I'm going on about is the reason Maya channeled you. And there's only one reason. To protect herself from you. To protect herself. From me? Yes. On the night of the crime, you were only interested in one thing. Killing Maya Faye. The path back to Hazakura was closed off, and there was nowhere for her to run. So then the problem became, where would be the safest place to hide? You mean... That's when she channeled me. All this time, you thought you'd been channeled by Pearls. Wait, my favorite goofy girl is that woman. Yeah, that's why it never occurred to you. That Maya's hiding place was you. No! Don't say that! You're saying that Dahlia Hawthorne, was played for a fool by that little whelp. Yeah. Maya Faye killed herself. Isn't it obvious? Sorry, but no. It would have been impossible for her to jump into the Eagle River. Let's exercise this woman. We have to. I don't know how we're gonna get her to leave, actually, but... This was the only avenue of escape open to Maya. The only way that Maya could disappear from the inner temple. I don't believe you. A stupid little girl like that, who has never been out in the real world. She could never have come up with a plan like that. Who could have given her such a brilliant idea? Well, me. Of course. Mia! Yeah! Mia Faye! You leave my Dahlia alone. It's been a long time, Dahlia Hawthorne.
So it's true. It was you.
Yes.
You're something else.
But what are you doing here? That hair. It's Pearls, right? My favorite older woman. She's not... She's... Okay, it doesn't say her age because she's deceased, but... whatever. Tell me something, Dahlia. I want you to think back to that night one more time. Mia was 27. Calling her an older woman at 27. Oh my gosh. You had just cornered Maya in the inner temple's garden. Sorry, I'm like struggling because oh my gosh. The brain is not braining right now. I need to take a sip of my coffee. I'm just completely stunned. And then, in the final moments of the fight, you lost consciousness. I was stabbed by Maya Fey. Actually, Maya lost consciousness at the same time as you.
She did? Not terribly surprising since she was about to be killed.
When she woke up, she was in the training hall. That's when Maya decided she needed help, so she channeled me. She explained in a memo the situation she was in. She asked me what I thought she should do. She did that? I can't believe it. Of course, I didn't have all the details. But one thing was perfectly clear.
And that was?
I knew that you couldn't be allowed to wander free. Free? What do you mean? It was a race against time. So I wrote down two things that Maya had to do. Channel Dahlia Hawthorne as soon as possible, and lock herself in the sacred cavern until help arrived. So it was Maya who put that lock on there.
Yes, but why did you order her to do those two things?
If she hadn't done it, Dahlia Hawthorne would have been channeled by someone else. Pearl. By one Pearl Fey. Pearls? Yes. Pearl didn't properly understand the plan, so all she was trying to do was follow her mother Morgan Fey's instructions. If she had succeeded in channeling Dahlia Hawthorne's spirit, things would have turned out very badly, to put it mildly. So that's how it was. Dahlia Hawthorne would have used the body of Pearl Fey to kill Maya at all costs.
Yes, it certainly sounds like that was the intent all along.
How dare you! I won't forget this. Why not just admit it, Dahlia Hawthorne? Your little plan was nothing but a big failure. Yes, another failure to add to the pile of shame, wouldn't you say? What do you mean by another? Think about it, Dahlia. Remember all your past crimes? Not a single one of them was a success. They all ended in failure. What? How dare you? 11 years ago. Ooh. The fake kidnapping. Your very first crime. Oof. Oh boy. You got your hands on a $2 million diamond, but I'm still trying to process all of this. Oh my gosh. How much is left on this case? Because I do have to do some things tonight, you know? After Terry Falls escaped and went to meet with Valerie Hawthorne, the truth was exposed. Shut your mouth. That wasn't my fault. It was because of that stupid oaf of a prisoner and that weakling of a policewoman. And then, 1 year later, you tried to kill me. Well, I'm still alive, but you wound up killing someone else. You're basically done with the case by now, just a lot of reading? Okay. As a result, you were sentenced to death. Does that mean we might finish it tonight? It's one stupid move after another for you. But it's no longer funny. You wipe that smug, happy-go-lucky smile off your face. You'll definitely finish it tonight? Okay. Because I don't have a whole lot of time left. But I will do my best. And now this. You've messed up again. You let Maya Fey escape. Even though she was right there in front of you. Mia Fey! Mia Fey! Mia Fey! You spinster! I was supposed to kill Maya Fey! Like I swore I would. Let's pull out our holy water and send this woman down. Oh my gosh. And if only you had gotten the spiky-haired jerk the guilty verdict, I wouldn't have been hanged to death. True. But I think you finally understand, Dahlia Hawthorne. You will never defeat me. What did you say? Whether you're alive, dead, or somewhere in between, you will never defeat me. As long as I'm around, you're destined to lose for all of eternity. I remember what you said earlier in the trial. You said there's no way we could punish you. Because you were already dead. What about it? Then you said, even when the body dies, the spirit, the ego, it lives on forever. That's very true, Dahlia. And that's exactly the punishment you'll never be able to escape from. Ooh. For all of eternity, you'll have to remain as Dahlia Hawthorne. A miserable, pathetic, weak creature who can never win at anything. Okay. And for you, there's no escape from that. No hope of freedom. Since the day you were executed. The narrow bridge that once stretched out in front of you has burnt to a crisp. You're wrong. It can't be. How could I lose to the likes of you? It no longer matters. I don't care whether you win or lose anymore. The only thing I want is for you to come out of Maya's body right now. Hang on. I need to hydrate. I think I overdid it. Whoa! Her spirit went... What? What am I supposed to say about that? Oh. Okay. This is crazy. Oh. Sup, Maya? Through the holy water. Nick, sis. Oh, boy. I don't know what to say. I'm completely stunned by this. Okay.
Now then, I assume you are the real Iris.
Yes, I was just rescued from the sacred cavern.
I must say, you and your twin sister are indeed identical from what I can see. In any case, it appears that everything has finally been cleared up. Mr. Godot, what happened to Dahlia Hawthorne?
If you ask me, Your Honor, it looks like she went back to the hell she came from.
Seems that Misty Faye wasn't the only victim of this crime. Maya Faye, as well as the young Pearl Faye, were also victims of this wicked and selfish plan.
Yes, Your Honor. I don't know how I'm supposed to process what just happened. Oh my gosh.
Tragedy of Medium Valley has finally come to an end, it seems.
But who? So it was her as it was Maya though, like channeling Dahlia that killed Misty Faye, or was she telling the truth when she said that she was in Misty Faye at the time? I'm so confused.
It would be best for everyone if no further attempt was made to channel that spirit again.
Yeah, I really hope not. Your Honor?
Yes? What is it?
About this whole spirit medium thing. It's almost weird how comfortable you seem to be with the concept by now.
Well, to be frank, my younger brother is quite judgmental. He often criticizes me for not studying hard enough. That's why I made a concerted effort to study up on the Kurine channeling technique.
Hey, isn't that the New Year's issue of Occult?
I've seen quite a few things in my many years on the bench. And in all that time, I finally learned this one thing. Each case is different and takes place in its own world, if you will. In order to fully understand that world, first we have to immerse ourselves in it completely. And that's where my brother and I used to differ.
Never thought of it that way. How are we supposed to just go to, like, the judge talking about his brother after seeing that?
At any rate, it's time to pass judgment in the case of Iris of Hazakura Temple.
Objection.
Wait. But we need to... There's still a little bit we have to figure out here, I think.
You're a little too fast with that gavel, Your Honor. What do you mean by that, Mr. Godot?
Does that mean there's gonna be another recess? This trial, it isn't over yet. That's what he means. What?
That's right. Remember what Miss Evil Spirit said in her testimony.
Huh? Dahlia's testimony. I caught up with her in front of the stone lantern. Then I took out the dagger I got from the storeroom and... Uh-oh. It's strange, but I don't have a clear memory of what happened after that. I think I was stabbed. Huh. Just as Dahlia Hawthorne was about to attack Maya, she was stabbed and killed by someone.
Yes, that's right. The person that was ultimately killed was the spirit medium that channeled Dahlia. Elise Stonin. No. Misty Faye.
Oh boy. We still have to figure out who killed... Oh my gosh.
But who killed her? We still don't know who did it.
You're not finishing it tonight? Oh. Yeah, I have to go really soon, actually, because we're having a movie night in my Discord server in an hour and a half, and I have to make dinner before that. So, I really don't have a lot of time to do all that.
Unless someone else is found guilty, the accused is still on trial. We can't let her walk until there's evidence that proves her innocence.
No way.
But this court isn't prepared for any further testimony. The prosecution's ready to call our final witness.
You're still hanging on to a witness? Or... Oh, Maya. Duh.
This one will clear up the whole mystery. The mystery of who killed Misty Faye. Indeed.
Is it really all right, Mr. Prosecutor?
Of course it's all right, Madam Attorney. Very well then. Who is this final witness?
It has to be Maya.
Isn't it obvious? There's one person who saw the whole event and will put the final dagger in the case. So, somebody who saw the murder take place.
The very person who saw her mother killed in front of her own eyes. You mean Maya? You can't. She can't testify after what she's just been through.
We need to find the truth.
The prosecution calls Maya Faye to the witness stand.
Very well. But first, we'll take a brief recess.
Yay! Recess!
We'll have to wait for Miss Faye to recover before summoning her. Once we receive the doctor's permission, we will proceed with the trial.
Okay.
Hey, Wright, I've got something to say to you, so listen up.
What is it?
I don't think much of you as a lawyer. It's always the same with you. You somehow managed to squeak by without even a faint understanding of the case.
Let's go recess, yippee! Yippee!
Some beautiful woman always seems to come dashing in at the last minute to save you.
You've got some nerve.
But that's not gonna happen this time. This time, you're gonna have to do this by yourself. That's enough! This court is now in recess.
Okay. So there's another part to the trial? I think we might need to call it here. I know we don't have a lot left. I mean, we have more trial, of course, but as much as I don't want to stop here, I think we might need to call it for now, because I do have to make some dinner, and then we have the movie night in my Discord server in about an hour and a half. Yeah. Okay. Let me save. I need to make sure, you know, everything's ready, and then I've had dinner first, so. Let me go back to the title. Boop, boop, boop. Sorry for ending here, though. I really would have loved to have played a little more today. But it's probably for the best. You know, with the movie night, and also for my vocal cords after screaming. I wasn't expecting to get that into it today, but apparently. Okay, so thank you all so much for coming to the stream today. I had so much fun. I was not expecting a lot of what happened today, but I hope everyone else had as much fun as I did. This was probably one of the most eventful Ace Attorney streams we've ever had. You're welcome, Lex. Thank you. And next week, I guess we're gonna have to finish it. Oh my gosh. Am I ready to finish the trilogy? I mean, it's been a really long process, but... Well, yes. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a great rest of your day, night, etc. I hope to see you all again very soon. Tonight we are holding our Muppet movie night in the Discord server. So I will ping my Discord if anyone is interested. That's going to be at 7 p.m. EST or an hour and a half from now, roughly. And then tomorrow is... I think we're playing Snacko tomorrow. Let me double check, but I'm pretty sure. Yes, we're going to be playing more Snacko tomorrow at our usual time, 3 p.m. EST. And I hope to maybe see you there. Next is Apollo Trilogy. I think we're going to do investigations first. But yeah, after that. Okay. I hope to see you very soon, maybe tomorrow at 3 p.m. EST for some cozy Snacko times. Okay.